Hi, this is a message for you. If you have been in a situation where you have just completely followed your heart and everything fell apart very quickly after what seemed like the stars had aligned, right? So if you're here and that sounds similar to your life, then I believe, there is a space here. First, the message that's coming through is that we're going to validate that experience and let you know you're not crazy and you are not alone. That's beautiful. And then after that, I think we're going to have some guidance on where to go next. All right, so let's try to keep it a little short, a little sweet. If you're coming out of this period, maybe your attention span isn't super what it used to be. I'm getting like, yeah, the shuffling already. I'm getting like some dissociative energy, right? Some exhaustion, some just weariness. I'm hearing, well, you know what? Let's just get into it. Okay, so let's validate this experience that you've had in some way, please, Spirit. What can we say? Clear my channel, please. Allow this message to come through clearly and deliver it to those who need to hear this at this time so we can have an uplifting experience here. Okay, wow, that's a great start. Well, we have 6 and we have 6. The 6 of Pentacles did come out reversed. I haven't been reading reversals lately, but I just feel like we're going to leave it like that. Okay, and one more then, all right. Oh, that's funny, huh? Comes back out again. Yeah, we're not done talking about this. Okay, so this was a gift, right? And originally you saw it that way. That was your perception of this gift. And it was coming from like the Most High, your highest self, was delivering this manifestation on a silver platter for you, right? Let's say gold, on a golden platter. I'm a gold person. Okay, so, and then everything flipped. And these two do have similar meanings upright. Okay, the cups is like from the heart. And so when I read this, I read from the heart chakra, not your like romantic heart, right? And then the pentacles, we're talking about what physically showed up in the reality was completely backwards. Completely the exact opposite of what you thought it was going to be. But there is also this energy of like kind of knowing and maybe not admitting that this never was, and you knew that it wasn't. You knew that it was something else, but you didn't know what it was, and then this firestorm, ripped you apart and has got you in this 10 of Swords. And I think that we're past this, right? Like, excuse me, there is an episode, I think it's the very first episode of Seinfeld, and he's talking about like, once you die, you're dead. Once you're dry, you can't get any drier. Like talking about a dryer, a washer, they're doing laundry, right? And once the laundry's dry, it can't get any drier. You can't over dry it. You can't over dye. You can't, okay? So, I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny, if you have been through something like this, it's like, what can you do? It's not scary anymore. It's not scary anymore. I've already died, you know? Anyways, so I do think that's the validation. So let's move that here. I'm also feeling called to say that sometimes I say things like, I do think, but that's just like my speech patterns. I think that I just did it again. I know. And I know it because I'm channeling right now, and the cards are more so just another validation, another form of validation for us. Excuse me, I am so sorry. My throat is really starting to get sore, and I feel like we're a little bit wary right now, and maybe moving on from this and even just considering what the next steps are it might feel a little, you know what you have to do. You know what you have to do because you're the Queen of Swords, and swords are thoughts and logic and human brain and pattern recognition, and I'm hearing drive and focus, because those are things that we need to like prompt within ourselves, right? If it was coming from your soul, your essence, it would just be a little bit more natural. But the human things, the body things, the mind things, we need to be a little bit more in control of, and we need to pay attention to it and kind of steer it back on course. Because when we don't observe particles for a certain period of time, they become entropic, right? Okay. 7:11 on the timer, and I did not know this, but I was actually watching another reader today, and she said that 71, or was it 17, means you're a queen, and I want to look that up. Anyway, so where are we moving to next, please? What's the guidance after this period of... Okay. Well, I'm getting two things right now. I'm getting one, this is a period of time in which you're being called to get comfortable in the unknown. And you are very much comfortable in the unknown. Your 12th house is coming through. Maybe you have your south node there. And which means your north node would be in the house of everyday routines, the sort of mundane. But you know what? I've heard it described like that so many times, but I want to put a little spin on it if that's for you. It is for me. So, the rituals and the routines and all that, we can romanticize the F out of it and make it super magical. Because that's our comfort zone, right? Like, we don't have to go forward and like read it out of a book and do it and follow an instruction manual. The instruction manual is in your heart. Okay? And now it is time to trust your humanness and also thank your humanness. Granted a few wishes. Make yourself comfortable. Thank your body for all that it's been through and where it's still continuously taking you. Because while your energy upgrades and upgrades and upgrades, right? It's still our same point of consciousness. Of course, our cells regenerate and right? But it's still our center and it's still our same point of consciousness, and it's a beautiful place to be, okay? Also, to tie this back into what I was saying, the moon, we want to talk about like moon rituals, perhaps journaling, I have a really beautiful book, and I'm going to put a link to it in the description because I think everyone should have it. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll put the link there. But it's a journaling prompt book, and it focuses on a combination of astrology and tarot, and I did it solid for like almost a year and a half. And I keep going back to it every once in a while, but I'm not like, whatever. But I love it. Anyways, wow. So with this, I'm getting that your next steps, we don't want massive steps, okay? We're healing. We're still calming our nervous systems and allowing ourselves to feel safe and seen and understood and okay. So we have the Knight and the Queen coming towards each other. I feel like what you are putting out, you are now getting back. You are putting it out and you are now getting it back. And here's another lesson here. We don't have to be in our highest vibration, mood-wise, circumstance-wise, in order to still be magnetic. It doesn't like go away, right? It's smaller. Oh, I wasn't gonna do more cards, but we'll take them. So it's smaller, right? And as we come out of this period, Spirit's going to slowly start dropping, titrating in moments of clarity where there's no other explanation but the Most High, right? And so you're gonna start seeing things coming back to you in a way that you cannot deny it. And every time you do that and you get filled with gratitude and you get a little lighter and you move a little smoother through life and your flow starts to really start to come back to you, right? I am actually I'm filming this with my feet in like soaking in an Epsom salt bath, also with cinnamon and lemon. Yeah, that's it, and like super hot water. But that's that noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay, anyways. Okay, so listen, you've had this rebirth, right? And it's time to start looking at where you are and what you've accomplished and how those little steps that you took, those little teeny tiny steps, sometimes they were massive and sometimes you were running a marathon and it was amazing, right? But some days it was just the tiniest little bit of showing up for yourself and for your future self, to set yourself up for a life that your future self deserves. She didn't do anything wrong, you know? So, yeah, it's going to build, because think about how deep this rebirth was, how dark was the dark night, right? And then I'm also seeing the Knight of Pentacles and in my mind, and that talks about the small steps, the smooth steps, clicking things into place a little bit, right? I heard someone say slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And I think that's so beautiful. Is Magdalena something, she's an astrologer. She has beautiful blonde hair and she's on TikTok. Like, very well known. But anyways, is there anything else? I'm getting one more. I'm being asked to show you this, which I used tonight as part of my self-care. And before I understood what these things were, these scraping massage tools, whatever, it's for lymphatic drainage. And then I learned about lymphatic drainage and the mechanics of that. And not only does it reduce, you know, the physical toxins from your body, like in chemicals and foods and whatever you put into your body, you know, but excuse me, it also clears your thoughts and it clears your mind, because your pineal gland, which perceives the thought realm, the, what's it called, nomosphere or something like that, something close to that, right? That's the organ that perceives your thoughts, similar to your eyes and your ears, you know. It releases chemicals, which are those thoughts converted into physical chemicals that float around in your body. And they need to be drained, just like all the other toxins in your body. And so, you know, there's a purification process that you can take physically too, to remove some of these things and hydrate, of course, right? Everybody's always on about the water, but like for a reason. And I just saw 1714 and 1717 as well. Anyways, so yeah, here's the thing about the ritualizing our lives. Like I was saying, before I understood what it was, I didn't really see, like, I'm not just on like the beauty trends. It's just not my thing, you know? And that's all I saw it as. That was my perception of this tool. And once I understood what it was, I can make it a spiritual act. I can pray to my healing team, you know, while I'm doing it. I can make it a ritual of releasing the old and bringing in the new, and manifesting my life intentionally. And we can do that in all things, right? Before I do a reading, I clean my table and I ask that the table be, you know, any negativity removed, any, you know, just paying respect to the table that holds up my cards, that allow me to bring forth like the voice of God as my individual point of consciousness understands it. And just trusting that I know myself enough, that I know this is a safe space, a healing space. People that come across this that would benefit from it will feel that and be able to partake in it. And how fulfilling, you know? So thank you so much for being here and being a witness to that for me, so that I can exist in that way. That's really beautiful. So thank you. And if you could please subscribe and like and comment and all those things, it would really mean the world to me, because this just feels so aligned, and I would love to build the channel. Even if I get one view and one person, you know, feels better by something that I say, then I appreciate that. But I do think, I really truly believe that I've got like a message that would benefit a lot of people. I know there's people out there just like me, right? Anyways, I love you so much. And yeah, that's all. Love you.